Thank you for taking the time to learn more about the Local Control Funding Formula, commonly referred to as LCFF, and the Local Control Accountability Plan, commonly referred to as the LCAP.
If you're watching this, you're most likely a parent, family member, staff member, student, or community member. Your knowledge will assist you in giving the input the Brea Olinda Unified School District needs to write the LCAP that reflects the needs of our students, staff, and community.
This presentation will assist you in understanding both the funding and the LCAP requirements. California schools are funded under a system called the Local Control Funding Formula. The intent of this system is for local school districts to have more say on how they spend state funds. Part of the legislation that governs the funding requires each district to write a 3-year plan each year called the Local Control Accountability Plan, or LCAP. So let's start with the funding itself. Local control funds are composed of 3 types of funds. The base grant, which is tied to how many students attend our district. The other 2 types of funds are supplemental and concentration, which are generated by English learners, foster students, and low-income students. For funding purposes, these students are often referred to as LCFF unduplicated students. This is because even if they are in more than one of the specifically funded groups, they are only counted once.
LCFF supplemental dollars are intended to ensure equitable achievement for all student groups. The legislation provides for extra funding for LCFF unduplicated students who have historically shown lower achievement scores in metrics such as graduation rate, test scores, and completion of classes that qualify students to attend California universities directly from high school.
For school districts who have an unduplicated population over 55%, there is more flexibility, which allows for supplemental funds to be spent district-wide. However, even with flexibility, the district has to show that when funds are spent district-wide, how the use of these funds still is principally directed at improving achievement for the unduplicated LCFF students. In general, base grant funds are used for salaries, benefits, and operating expenses, while supplemental funds are used for professional development, interventions, and school climate programs. Now, onto the plan, the LCAP. The LCAP identifies 8 priority areas as metrics to measure the quality of an educational program. These 8 priorities are basic services, pupil achievement, pupil engagement, course access, implementation of state standards, parent involvement, the school climate, and other student outcomes. The LCAP is made up of 3 parts. Part 1 is a stakeholder input section. Part 2 contains both the goals section and the annual report. In the goals section, we list the actions and services we will perform to ensure the goals are met. Section 3 is a narrative explaining the use of supplemental funds. While all parts are important, your particular attention should be paid to the goals and actions and services. This is where you, as a parent, staff member, student, or community member, add what is needed. So looking at the goals, actions, and services, please consider these questions. Are the goals, actions, and services appropriate? Are we implementing them fully? Do we continue the current actions and services? What do we need to do? What are our local priorities? There are many ways for you to share your thoughts with us. For example, you can take our annual LCAP survey or participate in our thought exchange. You can also speak with union representatives or give your input to district or site administrators. With your voice and your ideas, today's students will be tomorrow's leaders. Thank you for taking the time to learn more about our LCAP.